Hey, this is Tyrone Taylor with Junkers101.com, also known as theflipman.com. Today's video, how to use owner financing to wholesale houses. Before I get into the video, please rate it, comment, subscribe to the channel, order the courses, blah, blah, blah. But how to use owner financing to wholesale houses. When I first started, I learned the course that I purchased included wholesaling houses, retailing houses, lease options, and owner financing. So I was basically, it really was too much to learn at one time, especially for me. And I eventually just gravitated to wholesaling. As a matter of fact, the first deal opportunity I had was a lease option that blew up in my face. I picked up $5 grand, ended up getting the lady her money back, but that's another story for another day. But owner financing is basically when the owner of the property / seller will actually finance the property with either no down payment or a down payment, and obviously there's a monthly payment involved. A lot of this stuff, I've been doing this 6 years, since January of 2003, and some stuff I'm still, I guess, discovering on how I can put deals together. It's always about thinking outside the box, being creative. But here's an opportunity that presented to me that just closed recently. Didn't make that much money off of it, $1,500, but it's worth a lot more than that, because I think about it. And even though I didn't hold this property, I basically signed my deal over to an investor. If I would have just did 2 of these deals a month, which would have been very easy for me to do, as long as I got my marketing in place and my phone is ringing like it should be ringing. 2 of these deals a month since I started back in January of 03, that could have, unless my math is incorrect, that could have easily have been over 140 deals that I could have done owner financing with some sellers. And just assume that I'm getting $200 cash flow a month off of those deals. That could have easily have been, if my math is correct on this, easily have been $28,000 a month. Man, that's a lot of passive income coming in each month on from real estate over a 6-year period. And obviously I could have expanded, but if I only have done 2 deals like that a month for the 6 years that I've been in this business, that should have been over almost 30 grand a month. That's a lot of money coming in every month, regardless of what you do. Obviously, you would have had to have maybe foreclosed on some of those properties or whatever, but I say I would have averaged that much. So some months I may have done more, and so it should have averaged out that anyway. But man, but you looking back, I made a lot of bad decisions. So whatever. I don't know everything. But how this deal worked here is the seller wanted to sell the property for $20,000. I actually negotiated a price of $17,000 on a cash deal. But the guy owned a car lot, so I knew he was used to receiving payments and actually preferred to receive payments just for tax issues alone. So I had a buyer in place that I showed the house to, and he was very interested, but he's in a bit of a cash crunch. Just hard for him to find funding as far as his exit strategy. He could have probably bought the property with the cash, but he wants to recoup his money through a refi at some point. He does straight rentals. He's not into the retail side of it. They have a large portfolio of apartments and houses, but they're still having trouble getting funding in this current market. But so I suggested to him, and it's just something I just woke up in the middle of the night and thought about. What if I could get that guy to finance that house for you? Would you be interested? Oh yeah, anything that you could bring me like that, if we could put a small amount down, and with some monthly payments, whether the cash flow, I would be interested. So to break it, I went back to the seller. Well, at first I found out from my buyer what he would be willing to pay down, and how much he would want to pay a month. He said, just see what you can work out and go from there. So went back to the seller, and I asked him would he accept 10% down on the $20,000, and what payment would he want. I didn't suggest a payment, so he said he would actually want $5,000 down and $300 a month on that property with no interest. So went back to my investor, told him what he wanted. He said, man, I really don't want to put five down. See if he would do $3,500. Okay, so I went back to the seller and made the offer of actually $3,000 down. You always offer less than what you'll actually pay. You always ask for more than what you'll actually accept when you're negotiating. So I offered $3,000 down and $400 a month. The seller took it. So whenever we close a deal, I basically assign that deal over to my buyer for $1,500, and he's going to be making $400. He put $3,000 down and $400 a month on the $17,000, which is the remaining balance. And he'll actually rent the property out for maybe $650 or $700 a month. But that's an owner finance deal that, you know, as I said, a lot of those opportunities have presented themselves. The house is livable and needs very few repairs, but it was a situation where my buyer, and I have probably a lot about it, just have to tap into them and see if they would be interested, would prefer to put that small amount down. Even if they're only going to rehab the property and eventually sell it, it's still less out of their pocket. Instead of him spending the $17,000 up front plus the repairs, he could just put the small amount down and then do the repairs and then either rent it out or sell it. You know, it's up to him on how he wants to handle that deal. But using owner financing to wholesale houses, I've never heard anyone doing it. I'm sure it's not new, but it's the first time that I've ever heard of it, you know, and it just came, as I said, came to me in my sleep to put that type of deal together. And that's just another tool that you can use to actually put deals together. But this is Tyrone Taylor with Junkers101.com, also known as Flipman.com. Don't hesitate to call me, 205-492-3425. Rate the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, take advantage of the courses. Give me a call on it with any questions. Thank you. Have a great day.